All right, guess what? IPL is about to start again. Every 3 months there'll be IPL and nothing else will matter. I'm Gav the Bastard. That's we have Rooney's agent. I think his name will change during the podcast, but keep watching that name card. And this is Bikram. Now he's no longer employed, so he stopped writing who's agent and who's he's doing because he was really bad at Rahane's agent. He was really bad at teaching. Jay Shaw's English teacher again got fired. I don't know. He said fired, but Jay Shaw ended up writing fried because he did not know because all he eats is fried food. That's why he's super fat. Let's talk about IPL. Not much has happened, but a lot of it has happened as well. Let's talk about the contentious retentious, which is like I'm just trying to rhyme it. It's just being contentious retentions. Let's start with guess who? CSK. They have retained like people, but they have not they've written Ravindra Jadeja, Dhoni, Moeen Ali and Ruturaj Gaikwad. I think most of it makes sense, but what I was thinking was like Faf was the he was the orange cap, right? I mean, he missed out by 2-3 runs here and there, but he was the most effective player. He was the best thing for CSK for cricket since free Wi-Fi, okay, for the entire world. I'm going to stir the pot here. This is my understanding why Moeen was retained over Faf, because we live in a very woke world with a W capital, where if you're brown and you're minority, you're picked over a bloke who's from Africa and it turns out to be white also, because except that nobody decides their gender or their color. But we are always vilified. Men is like, oh, you're men, you are like this. We are feminists. And the feminists tell you like, oh no, we don't actually judge people on things they don't choose. Except I didn't fucking choose my gender, you morons, little piece of hypocrite. So what do you think about Faf, who did not choose his gender or color or country of birth? But do you think like Faf starts are much better, but Faf was let go? Do you think they're gonna buy him back? What do you think? What's the criteria here?
Yeah, I think it's all about the money. I think they would feel that, and also he's old and South African, and South Africans have this habit of, just retiring suddenly.
Old. So you think he has his fitness level? Have you seen Moeen Ali's fitness level? I think he's probably 2 years older than Moeen Ali, but Moeen Ali is like, can't even move.
See, for IPL, I don't think
that's not a good logic. This whole CSK is about old people. Okay.
No, I don't think it's IPL. Don't need a lot of fitness to play in it. But yeah, I just feel that it's a combination of many things. One, that he's 37. I mean, let's face it. Plus, he's from South Africa, where it's true. We have been seeing this. I'm not joking. Actually, we have been seeing this in South Africans just suddenly retire from international cricket. It happened with Markle. It happened with Quinton de Kock recently. Then A.B. de Villiers suddenly just like, I want to be with my family. I don't want to play in bubbles.
Yeah, I understand. But that's not the reason, right? That's just conjecture. That's not the reason.
Yeah,
and
but
fitness, I'm not even sure why you talk about fitness. This guy is the fittest person ever. Like, by IPL standard of CSK, he should be playing 255 at least. The guy's like a fucking monkey. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not talking fitness. I just feel that.
Just tell me if they're gonna try to buy him back, or you think they're just.
They will. Yeah, they will definitely buy him back. I just feel that because this is the mega auction, right? So none of the players will actually go for ridiculous amount because everyone has very limited money. So I think they just feel that they can just buy him back, and no one will go for a 37-year-old dude, because most of the teams are trying to rebuild.
They are the people who give contract to 40-year-olds. 3-year contracts, and you're talking like CSK thinks that will not happen. And by the way, they have no RTM now anymore because they've already retained 4 people.
Yeah. So I think they can definitely buy him back because, as I said, that I don't think people will go for ridiculous amounts, especially someone who is at the end of his career. I'm not saying that he's going to retire next year, but he definitely won't be. I don't think he'll play for more than 2 years. I just feel like that.
I just think just trying to stir the pot just to make him retire. He's not going to retire. Okay, Hardik Bhai's agent, do you have anything to add, or I'll ask you next question for them?
No, nothing to add. I think I agree. I don't know why. I think their hope is that they will retain him. That would be my 2 cents on this.
All right, fair enough. Let's talk about your team, Delhi Capitals, because you've lived in Delhi for 3 days, so that's your team. All right, choosing Prithvi over Dhawan. Again, if I ask Bikram, because Dhawan is 36, Prithvi is 22, so it's obviously a quiet choice. But what I'm thinking is Dhawan got divorced recently, so totally a woke move, because pick Prithvi over a divorced dude, except Prithvi has obviously been smoking up, nobody cares. What do you think?
I think it's harsh on Shikhar Dhawan because he really played well in the last edition of the IPL.
Whenever he plays well, he gets dropped from Indian team also.
Yeah. Correct.
That's the reverse psychology they're using.
And I can see why they would have opted for him. Like, Probably he'll give more number of years. Probably upside of Prithvi Shaw is more than the upside for Shikhar Dhawan. Probably those are the reasons, and probably Ponting backs Shaw more than Dhawan. So I mean, it could have. It's a coin toss, right? I mean, you want immediate, like now and then this year you want to win the IPL, then probably Dhawan probably is the pick. But if you want to build a team for 2, 3, 4 consistent years, then probably Shaw is the right pick. So that would be me if I was BC. But yeah,
No, you have to think about in terms of the auction, because this is going to be the last mega auction. This After that there won't be mega auctions, at least for at least in immediate future. So all the teams are trying to retain players who will either be there for a longer period of time, like who can be a part of the core team, or players like Dhoni or Kohli who are face of the team, right? Who will never go anywhere else. So I think that's the logic. They are just trying to retain players who will be the future, and they're not looking for immediate returns. I think because they can definitely get people from the mega auction. Because again, I keep saying this again and again, because I think this time there won't be a ridiculous amount of money thrown to just a single player. So yeah.
Let's talk about KKR Shah Rukh Khan. Do you think Venkatesh Iyer, whom we just trolled in the last podcast and totally shat all over him, will he be able to replicate his spectacular breakthrough performance in 2021 and justify his retention over Shubman Gill and the second greatest blind captain, Owen Morgan? Obviously, the first greatest blind captain is MS Dhoni, and nobody cares about his age, which you keep talking about. People looking for long term. I don't know what long term. So when I joke about he's till 55, that feels like reality now.
No, I was just saying that I said age and also players who are face of the team. So yeah, that's why Dhoni is getting picked. I mean, virtually Dhoni owns CSK. I mean, through whatever. I mean, I don't want to go into conspiracy theories. When I think they decided on retirement, you have to see that Venkatesh Iyer is getting picked in Indian team. He is a all-rounder, Indian all-rounder, because see, people get paid due to the positions. So it's not like if he's getting 10 crores, so that means he's the best player. But it's just about the position they have to fill. So they need an Indian all-rounder, batsman, whatever. So that's why people get paid ridiculous amount of money. Right? That's why this guy. I mean, that's why you see a lot of people, who get picked for 7 crores, 10 crores, and they don't perform, and next year they are getting picked for 2 crores. It's just the teams needs to fill the position. So coming back to Venkatesh Iyer, I think it's just too early.
Yeah, I think just to add to that, this all-rounder has become such a rare commodity. At one point in time, every batsman would bowl off spin, like and decent off spin. Nowadays, you don't even find any batsmen who can bowl forget off spin, like slow, medium, pace or something. Like at least in India, like no top order batsman bowls, and that's the trouble we are having in limited overs cricket, international cricket, because
Correct.
balancing the side is so difficult because your top 5 batsmen don't bowl, and then you have a wicket keeper. So like you're like dead, you're fucked with 5 specialist bowlers, and hope that one or two of those bowlers can bat a little bit. But it should be the other way around. One or two top order batsmen can bowl a little bit, and that's why I think this Venkatesh Iyer's star has risen so much because you don't have all rounders in the game anymore. So and to answer your question, I don't know. It's still question marks. You can't judge someone from 7 matches or 8 matches. He's just played half a season of IPL. He's getting picked in the Indian team. He's like, I don't think I've ever seen a meteoric rise such as this ever. So it's still an unknown commodity. The hardest time for any newcomer who's done well in the first season is to do it again in the second season. So this will be his defining season and will show whether he'll continue on that trajectory or he may fade out.
All right, fair answer, very professional answer. So let me just ask you a very unprofessional question. Also, as we go to the next question, Rafael Nadal is now serving for the Australian Open to become the greatest player in the history ever. only to be overtaken by unvaxxed Djokovic in the rest of the year. Don't worry, that will happen.
Greatest
So let's talk about
vaccinated
Mumbai.
player, you can say.
Who is vaccinated? He's the greatest vaccinated player.
Greatest,
I think most
greatest
people,
vaccinated.
because most people are vaccinated, so it doesn't really matter. You have to be unvaccinated, then only people should talk about it. Okay, let's talk about Mumbai Indians. And direct answer to your question to you, because you are Hardik Bhai's agent. Now, Hardik Bhai is obviously moved. People know he's become a captain. He's this great captain. And now, do you think would it surprise you that Hardik, the legendary all-rounder, he's exactly like Kapil Dev, right? I mean, like, guy's great bowler and everything. And he was left out and from the retention list, because they could have just kept him instead of Surya Kumar Yadav, because the other Kiran Pollard and Jasprit and Rohit Sharma are obviously going to be there. But then, did it surprise you, or you thought like this was perfectly fine, and maybe he also wanted to join Ahmedabad and become the captain or something? Maybe he has bigger dreams. Because he just come out and said that I want to be an all-rounder. I want to stay an all-rounder.
No, I don't think he wanted to leave Mumbai. I don't think that nucleus of Mumbai players anyone wants to leave Mumbai. It's probably the best franchise, most professional franchise in the IPL. So if you're doing well, why leave? So I think he was not retained primarily because his bowling. I mean, I think internally Zahir Khan and Rohit Sharma know that somehow this guy is done with his bowling. He cannot bowl long term. He can probably give, like, if he bowls for 2 matches, then he might have to sit out for the next 2 matches because he's just not fit enough. His body can't take the toll. So they would like, fuck it, like, let's not waste our slot. He's not a specialist batsman anyways. He can't walk into the team as a specialist batsman. So if he can't bowl, then you have question marks whether I would rather pick his brother over him if Hardik Pandya cannot bowl. So
Motherfucker.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
something.
sorry.
What do you think,
I
Bikram?
mean, I'm his agent, but I'm being candid.
Hey, picking his brother. That's.
I'm
I don't
trying
know
to
how
get.
digest
I'm
that.
trying to get on his payroll as well.
All right, Bikram. What do you think quickly on this one?
Yeah, I think.
Or you just agree? We can move on to the next one also.
Agree with BK. Yeah.
All right, fair enough. So let's talk about PBKS, the most ridiculous name. I mean, come on, man, so wannabe. Punjab, they just only kept Arshdeep and Mayank, and most people, like, Mayank did not play for India recently. People don't even know who. People are like who, and they've let everybody else go. I think it's wooden spoon definitely for them. Wooden spoon, people not familiar with this term. This is the term we use in Australia, which is for whosoever comes last. It's a wooden spoon. I don't even want to talk about them unless you have something. You can come back, because I'll just go to Rajasthan Royals. I'm not even sure what to talk about Rajasthan Royals, because I think it's a colossal waste of time. All I'll say is they'll not let Punjab get the wooden spoon all too easily. If you have nothing to talk about, then I can move on to RCB. Please tell me you have something to talk about either of these two teams, genius teams, Punjab and Rajasthan Royals. I had nothing, just complete silence. Just complete silence. You just say that nothing to say.
Nothing to say.
RCB, which is another surprise. I think this should surprise people, because Harshal Patel was like the best thing. He was the purple cap. He was the second greatest bowler ever in the history of cricket since 2021. And the greatest bowler is obviously Scott Boland. And he's the greatest. And the greatest spinners, Yuji Chahal, were left out. I don't know. Tell me what's your opinion on that? And will RCB try to buy back Chahal and Patel? They have one RTM left, and they can buy one of them through RTM. And who do you think will that be, or will be none of them? What do you think?
Yeah, I think they would buy Patel through RTM. I don't think they're going to. They will try to buy Chahal back also, I feel. But if he goes for a lot of money, I don't think they will buy him back. It's just because his form has also dipped recently. And Chinnaswamy, again, it's a graveyard for bowlers. So you can't have bowlers who are not in form, especially wrist spinners. So I don't think it's a surprise, because it was between Siraj and Harshal Patel. And in the auction, actually, opening fast bowlers go for a lot of money.
I mean, they could have taken 4 players. It's not like it's between him and him.
I think that's about that would be about the money, because then the financials wouldn't have worked out. Because right now Harshal Patel's stocks are also high, so I don't think he would have settled for less, or Siraj would have settled for less. So I think it would have. I mean, that's my understand. That's my thinking, that they might have said that let him go to the auction, let him get the money which he deserves, and then if it works out, we'll just RTM him. That's what I think, and that's what I
Yeah,
think
fair enough. They
should
have
do.
an RTM because they have like they have chosen two cap players, and because you can maximum do is three cap players, and they have two cap Indian players, and they have Maxwell. One is obviously Kohli. I don't know if Kohli has played for India, but I'm assuming that he's a cap player.
I think I'm a little bit surprised that they didn't go for Chahal.
By the way,
Even
before you
actually,
start, this fucker has come back. Medvedev is broken back. It's 5-all now. So momentum has shifted
ooh,
again. All right,
interesting.
continue, please.
Anyways, I think Chahal has done well at Bangalore. Like at the worst possible ground as a bowler you can go. His record at Bangalore is very very impressive. He's always taken wickets. He's never the kind of bowler who will go like 4 overs, none for 20. He will always pick like 2 or 3 wickets, even if he goes for like 25, 30, 32. I'm surprised. Like he's done it for consistently for many many years, and there are not many good spinners going around. Like you have all rounders as a commodity vanishing. Good spinners like barring the Afghani spinners, I don't know who are like great spinners or like good spinners left in the game. So it's surprising. It'll be interesting
It's
to see whether they use the RTM for Harshal Patel or Chahal.
Yeah, that'll be interesting because I think it might come to push and shove. They might just wait and watch that who is coming first, right? Like because
Yeah.
you can't. I don't know. They can decide. But I'm sure like some people there'll be some way to decide, right? Who is going first. So if they can buy one of, I don't know. I think it'll be like a lot of chess game. I think it's going to be a bit of a chess
Yeah.
game. So let's talk about the final team and then we'll talk about the new teams. SRH, the team in turmoil. Their retentions are Abdul Samad and Umran Malik. I mean, this is even worse than fucking PBKS. There are way too many. There are way too
Yeah.
many teams competing for wooden spoon this year. I think because I mean I know Umar Malik can throw it at 150, but I don't think he has any brain. First of all, and at the he like when somebody throws it at that ball, throws ball, chucks at that level, right? Throws at that level. Let me just not use the word throw and chuck because that can confuse people. When he can bowl at that level, but he didn't look. He looked like if the pitch is good, right? I think he's going to get absolutely whipped because that's what I felt. And Abdul Samad, fair enough, but what the fuck that guy has done? I mean, I don't know. I don't understand this thing. What do you think? This is another wooden spoon challenge, Rajasthan Royals, PBKS, but then new teams are also coming in. You want to talk at all about them, or then we just quickly wrap with Ahmedabad and Lucknow?
Let's talk about them because I don't. I mean, there's nothing to talk about SRS. They're like they have completely chucked their setup, and even their mentor is now under 19 team coach VVS Lakshman. So I think it's a complete overhaul. So we'll just have to wait and see that what type of team they build from here.
Okay. Anything from you?
I'm surprised that
Bhai?
they didn't. I mean, see, I was thinking that David Warner will go after the last season, like the way they treated him. But complete overall, like letting go Rashid Khan and everyone, like let. I
They
mean,
might
it's
buy
just
him an RTM. Surprise everybody.
no. Rashid Khan is now in
Rashid Khan
Ahmedabad.
is
They can't buy him.
vice captain.
He's
No,
gone.
David
He's
won an
off the-
RTM. Surprise everybody. That will be
a
something,
recipe
right?
for disaster. Yeah, it's just
My
crazy.
David Warner said,
we
I'm not
could
coming.
be-
Fuck off. Like, it's just like, I'm not
Yeah.
coming. Doesn't
Like,
matter.
I will give you money. Please don't buy. me.
Don't. Yeah, he's just like, just
So yeah,
bugger off.
they've just cleared decks like Punjab Kings and Rajasthan Royals. So they probably are all of them are in the same boat where they'll say like fuck it, let's start as if like this is the first season and let's build our team from ground up. All the good players like whatever like are taken. We can't help it. But from the remaining pool, let's try and build a solid 11 which we think can compete this year and then probably do better next year. So I think all these three teams are like vying for the wooden spoon, but let's see after the auction who has made the smartest decisions of like building a team from scratch.
All right, fair enough. So, what do you think about the new teams, Ahmedabad and Lucknow? A lot of money was spent on, was it Lucknow or is it Ahmedabad? I'm just
Lucknow.
trying to figure out. I think it's Lucknow.
Lucknow.
There's so much money. And KL Rahul is the new dude right there, and everybody thinks he's the amazing guy. They have actually, just to give you a bit of an insight to people listening, Lucknow has KL Rahul, Marcus Stoinis, and Ravi Bishnoi. And Team Ahmedabad's captain is obviously Hardik Pandya, Rashid Khan, Shubman Gill. What do you think about the prospects of these new teams competing for the championship or competing for the wooden spoon? or in the middle ground
So
somewhere.
it's strange because first PVKS tried to
Also,
build
stop you there.
RCB.
Nadal has broken back. Nadal has broken back, and me please continue. So now he's again serving for the match and for the championship to become the greatest, as you said, waxed player.
As I said, he's toying
Not
with
the
him.
waxed, like the waxing wise. No, he's not toying with him, but let's see what happens. So please continue, Bikram.
No, so I was saying that it's interesting that previous few seasons PBKS was literally RCB second team because all the players were from RCB. Their jersey was also from RCB, and now it seems the Lucknow team is the new PBKS because all the PBKS players are going there. So it's interesting, but I feel that. Among the two new teams, Lucknow and Ahmedabad, I think Lucknow will do better. Although, yeah, we don't like KL Rahul and all that, but it just seems that they have a plan. And Gautam Gambhir is their mentor. He'll be there on the auction table this year. So yeah, this
I think it's
going
going to be too
interesting.
strong for them, man. I think it's going to be too strong for KL. I think they're going to be
I
fights.
differ, Bikram. I differ. Hardik Bhai in Ahmedabad will create a storm which will take over Lucknow. I think somehow KL Rahul as your captain, your team is doomed. Right there. You've seen 5 years or whatever X number of years of captaincy in Punjab Kings. Look how demoralized and fucking, like unimaginative team they were under his captaincy. What has changed? He's taking the same players back to Lucknow. Just the banner has changed, right? What will change in his captaincy and how will he become a tactical master to overcome Dhoni and Rohit Sharma? Nothing. At least
No, I'm not
Punjab-
saying they will win. I'm just saying
No,
they'll
I mean,
be,
I just think
not last.
Ahmedabad is at least trying to do something
There'll
different.
be cake on your
Some
face,
le-
Bikram,
left-
very soon.
yeah, they've at least gone left field and saying, okay, fine, fuck it. Like, let's Hardik Pandya, we are betting you are our horse. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Screw it. But you don't have any baggage, and then you can, and they have Rashid Khan, and maybe so. I just think they have a better foundation to build on, and I think Ahmedabad will do slightly better than Lucknow this year.
All right, I'm happy that you guys had a proper opinion because I had no fucking opinion on this. So now that we end this thing and hopefully we'll end it with Rafael Nadal winning or somebody fucking winning because he's still serving and he's 15 zip up. Who do you think is going to win? Obviously, this is like way wild prediction right now. Who's going to win the champion? Who's going to be the champion and who's going to be the wooden spoon for 2022?
Bikram, would you like to go? Do the honors.
See, every year
Please
I
go.
say RCB, so again RCB will be the winner.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
I mean, what
You're just
can
going
I
to
do?
get another shit on your face again like we get every season. I'm just going to not say anything against RCB. And if RCB wins, right, this will be even more vilifying for Kohli because we're like, no, now that you left the captaincy, they won. So you were the one who was
Or
actually
they can say-
not letting them in.
Or they can say when AB left, they won. That's also there.
Trust me, that's
But
not
yeah,
going to happen. Nobody's going to actually vilify
yeah, I mean,
AB.
Yeah, I mean, that will always happen if India wins this year, the T20 World Cup. So people will say, yeah, Kohli. Even if Kohli scores 100, that's going to happen. So yeah, I feel
All right.
RCB will win once again. Ee Sala Cup namde. And then the wooden spoon will go to, I think, SRH.
SRH, fair enough. What do you think? Okay, it's 40-0. So it's a 40 love. So he's definitely winning. So just give it a second. He's serving. We can just wait. He's taking a lot of time, as always. Oh my God. Do you think he's going to win this point? It's going to be something. I don't know. You guys are watching or not, but I'm watching.
Adjusting his undies.
Underwear, always adjusting. And I think it's done. He's won it. Oh my God, he's won it. Oh, this is something. Once after Medvedev broke back, and I thought like maybe there's something else happening, but I mean, this is it. But you got to give it to Medvedev. This is something. I mean, both of them, 2 champions. Well done, Nadal. And coming here and now, Djokovic sitting there, with his cat. It's like, who is also not vaccinated. He's like,
now he will sue the Aussie government. Now he'll
he'll sue the fucking
government for
bastard. $1 billion.
$100 million.
वो भी Aussie वाले.
cancel
on Aussie one.
cancel the tournament, like
Yeah.
disqualify the tournament.
Make it invalid.
Disqualify everybody. Every motherfucker disqualified. So now that Nadal has become the first person to win 21 Grand Slams, who do you think is going to win the 2022 championship in IPL? Because nothing else matters, only IPL matters.
I think
We'll
I'll
see
go
who.
with the favorites. I'll go with the usual suspect. I think MI. Rohit Sharma will come out. This is the year of Rohit Sharma. I think he'll be more determined than ever. Probably focus on his fitness as well. To all
I think
his
he'll die
neighbors.
this year playing.
I think he'll die. He'll end up focusing on his fitness. He'll not be able to handle it.
I
That's what
think
will
the
happen.
I think the
He'll
T20
probably just
World Cup
die.
is round the
He'll
T20
retire.
World Cup is T20 World Cup is round the corner. I think he will have something to prove that I deserve the India captaincy, and somehow I think that MI will be I mean, they will be there or thereabouts. I'll go with them. I know it's a boring prediction, but I just feel that they'll be more settled than any other side. And wooden spoon, I'm conflicted whether to give it to Punjab Kings or Lucknow. One of the two will take it.
Lucknow, okay, that'll be nice. I'll be very happy if Hardik's team actually ends up getting the wooden spoon. That will be some fun for me. So, are you gonna like quickly pick again another ridiculous for purple cap and orange cap as well? I'm really going for Akshar Patel for the batting one, whichever that is. Is batting the orange cap? Akshar. I want Akshar.
I think-
want Akshar, man.
Yeah, I think I'll predict Washington Sundar to take both orange and purple both and become the
Wow.
greatest ever.
In the history, I
If
mean
you
that will
put-
be something, right?
If you put money on this, Vikram, you'll become a billionaire because the odds
Yes.
will be so against it. Like put 500 rupees and you will have 5
See,
crores.
he'll be the next Steve Smith and Warren combined.
Holy crap.
Shane Steve. Oh, that can be
Shane
something.
Steve,
Okay,
yeah.
I know it was ridiculous, but it went more ridiculous. I wouldn't be even surprised if this guy doesn't even play because of some injuries.
Or COVID or whatever.
Yeah, that's the same way a lot of people predicted Hazelwood to take the maximum wickets in Ashes. Guy didn't even show up after the first match. So what do you think, Hardik Bhai's agent?
I think it'll be Surya Kumar for the orange cap and Harshal
That'll be
Patel
the
for the
best
purple.
justified retention in the history. And who?
Harshal
Hardik
Patel.
Pandya? Harshal Patel.
Harshal
Okay. I thought you
Patel.
said again. I mean, that will be something for them. But then he'll become the real deal, right? Then people are like, okay, one time ho gaya, ye ho gaya. Na? But then he'll become the real deal. What if Hardik Pandya actually does? Let's put some money on Hardik Pandya to win both the runs and the wickets.
I don't think
I think the
he'll bowl
odds will be
to
even
big
higher.
wickets.
Even higher. You
Yeah,
have to
higher
bowl
than
first, right?
Sundar for sure.
हाँ
Absolutely.
सुंदर
He'll be
Yes,
higher
people
than
like नहीं ये तो
Washington
bowling करेगा नहीं भाई but he has come out and openly said that I am going to be an all rounder that's what I'm trying to but at the same time he said but अगर हो नहीं पाया तो फिर क्या कर सकते हैं but I'm trying for that but he said अब नहीं हो पाया तो क्या कर सकते हैं but I'm going for that he openly said it without
Let's
even being
put
asked.
money on our choices. Maybe one of us will win and
Yeah, then rest of us we
get
can just
lot of-
invest in we can
Yeah.
have a pack that whoever wins will just divide it amongst ourselves and then start investing on our podcast and it'll become the biggest thing. I think people start watching our podcast because they get to know that these guys won all these millions because of this. They're like, oh, who are these people? They just show up because of that.
Or-
They're like इनके
Or
साथ
the better thing
इनको
to
पता
do
है.
is either buy Crick Info or whatever, like Crick Buzz, and take over them and ESPN FC, and we'll be everywhere. We'll be the face everywhere. They can't hide from us anymore.
Yeah, I think apart from all the ridiculous predictions and talks we did, I think one thing we learned for sure was Nadal actually came back from 2 sets down to beat Medvedev and become the greatest fucking tennis player. We talked about that, how we'll not talk about tennis, but destiny is destiny. In both the podcast and football and cricket, we were watching this live and it really got interesting. It really got interesting at the end. And that was some victory. I think this will spur, not the Spurs, but Djokovic. And I think this really heated up. We just thought that Djokovic has the potential for 25. We thought this guy will have a less potential and Federer is anyway done. But then now I think this can actually be another couple of years of really, really interesting battles. And people's fitness is just getting better and better. So who knows? Who knows?
I'm just
Rafa
tired,
Nadal was
it's
born
been
on my
10
birthday also. So
Yeah.
I always keep
It's been-
putting that in.
Yeah, it's been 15 years since we've seen these three guys take away everything. I just want someone to be the new Federer, someone to be the new Nadal. Why is tennis not producing someone new?
But Medvedev is doing
other
very
day-
well. Apparently, he's been beating everybody. He just lost today, but he could have just won again. And he's been beating
There have
fucking
been so
everyone.
many
And just
people who've who've done well but never like really taken over the mantle from these three guys. That's the thing.
Yeah, it will be
So
difficult.
close.
But
Yeah,
because
so-
Medvedev is only 25, right? So he has to. Like he's at least seems like the real deal. Like this guy is the real deal.
yeah,
Yes,
let's
Vikram.
hope he continues. Yeah.
Final word.
By the way, there was a tweet I saw where someone said, like cricket, there is Fab Four in tennis. I was interested, what Fab Four? Then they said Federer, Nadal, Djokovic, and Andy Murray.
Oh my God.
Andy Murray is Murray already, Baba.
He's Murray.
He's just done. Andy Murray is like he's not even. Andy Murray is done. He was probably some English guy, like
Yeah,
and Andy
some
Murray is not even
English
English.
guy,
I think he's Scottish or something. Like for all I know, He's like
Scottish,
from
yeah.
That's why some
Yeah.
guys said that this is typical English delusion.
It's so convenient for the English, right? They can pick UK when they want
Ah,
to.
they do this. They
can
do this
pick
on
English
tennis.
when they want to.
Fucking they do this in tennis. And by the way, if the person happens to be from England, right, they always keep saying English. Then they don't
English,
say like
yeah.
British. They're like, because
British,
this other girl, right, who's a Raducanu, so they're calling her English. They're like, oh, she's English.
Yeah.
Like they've been very smart about it. So either कहीं से भी चिपका लो इधर से उधर, and then
Correct.
whatever favors them. Olympics में जा रहा हो Britain, though you can win more medals. Huh? Then only they'll do it. Otherwise, it's always England. Huh? Like they're very smart puppies. Huh? They don't even let Wales have a team. It's like England and cricket. I don't know if you've noticed it because I've told them for this thing a lot.
Yeah.
England and
England
Wales
and
Cricket
Wales
Board,
Cricket
or it just the acronym says ECB. Where the fuck is Wales? Where's W gone? Like what the fuck, man? And the last time I checked the stats, the last time a Welsh player played for England was like in 1973 or something like that. They never select them. So Wales apparently has an illegal fucking cricket team because they don't let them play. I mean, this is like, I'm telling you, this is the level of persecution that's going on, right? This is not their countries. This is all monarchy, except they can't actually say it. This is all colonies. They don't want to be part of these people. They're not. I mean, ECB is England cricket, England Welsh cricket. Where is W gone? Like this, I don't understand it. And they don't let any Welsh player play for them. They have illegal cricket teams, like which is not officially done because they're supposed to be with them.
And any good players in Ireland, Scotland, they will take him and play for England. So they'll screw them from all the sides.
And yeah, it didn't make sense. Right? It's like a small club thing, right? It's a club situation. It's like, तुम क्या करोगे इधर Ireland में? इधर आओ. Come here. They go everywhere. They're like scouting. कि तू इधर आजा. And then small teams like Papua New Guinea, they actually make their own players. Am I correct, right? In this, Bikram? Take the right team's name, right? Papua New Guinea.
Right.
They've been all homegrown. They've had the setup for like last decade or something. So
Most of the players are from one village. It seems like 8 players in the team are from the same village.
From the same village. When's the IPL auction? I think by the time we meet next time, IPL auction won't have happened.
Second
So
week of Feb,
I think
right?
second
It's
after
on
the
It's after the Valentine Day. I think 15th.
Oh,
After the
Bikram
Valentine's Day, it was
remembers
12 or
Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, I know,
either before or it's on just
I thought
one
it
day
was
before
12
or one day.
12 or 13 because that's the last time because I was talking to this guy and I just checked. And it will take place on
probably
12th
13th.
and 13th, both days.
Okay,
So it's a
12th
big
and 13th,
auction, right? So it'll take 2 days because they'll get exhausted. So then there'll be Valentine's Day because they'll have so much money they'll spend. Their girlfriend like, ला पैसा मुझे पता है तेरे को मिल गया है सबको पता है ओपनली पता है पब्लिक ऐसे कह रहे यार पहले क्यों करे बाद में कर लो यार क्या मरवा रहे हो यार मतलब अब तो गोल्ड लाइक डायमंड नेकलेस आना पड़ेगा मेरे को But yeah, you get so much money, you should be okay. It can't be a big deal. We are the poor people. We're still talking about it. All right, we'll end this on this. I am Gav the Bastard. This is Bikram. This is Hardik Bhai's agent who think his team, Ahmedabad, is it Ahmedabad, right? Hardik Bhai's team is going to win next season. And the other team, Lucknow, which is Rahul Bhai's team, KL Rahul will come last. And I can't agree more because KL is just a terrible captain. I don't know why people don't see this. I mean, this is just horrible. The guy is completely fish out of water. He has no clue what he's doing. He is such a great batsman. I think he's, as they said, he's like almost has the talent of both Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli together. But guys, like, the flat-chested women, he's flat in the pants. There's no balls. So yeah, on that note, let's end this. If you like and subscribe, we'll give you something. I don't know what we'll give you, but something will come to your home. If you give us your address, probably not be a cool thing. But yeah, it will not be at least KL's balls because they don't exist. So on that note, thank you for your time. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. We're Blunt
All
Pastors.
right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.